everybody. Welcome back to another Cup of Conversation. I am your host, T.
And I am your host, Coco.
Where we have conversations worth having.
Yes, ma'am.
So let's get right into it. So, y'all.
I'm the special guest today. No, I'm just kidding.
It is. Excuse me, I forgot the cups today. So we're going to get right into our game.
Okay, you go
You
first.
just give me your mind first. No, you give me yours first.
Oh, my God.
I think I gave mine first last time. Oh, no. We had a
Okay.
guess. We had a guess.
Okay, let me get my mind fuck. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Let's get
Mine is really not... Okay.
let's get the juices flowing here.
Mine is really, like, boring. So that's why I want her to
Oh,
go
gosh.
first. But mine is saying, imagine you find yourself on a blind date with a person who is actually a famous celebrity, incognito. How would you react when you eventually discover their true identity? And I have a reason why I'm asking this question.
So it really depends on what the vibe is like. Like if I'm vibing with you, if it's a good vibe, off rip, I'm gonna like you regardless.
Of who are you?
Yeah. But if we not vibing, it's not good, and I could just tell it's not. I don't care who you are. That's why I always say, I wish social media really wasn't a thing for celebrities. Like, I wish we wasn't so into their business because I don't like a lot of them personally. I like a lot of they work. Sometimes I might think they cute here or there, handsome, but I don't like a lot of people. Like, I don't like after I realize who they are.
Well, that gets me into why I asked that. Real quick, I know you're gonna do your mind fuck or whatever, but I asked that because I know we had talked about remember we made the post. Well, you made the post and we made it on a couple conversation page that how would you feel if your girlfriend, your boyfriend had a hall pass for a their celebrity crush, and so for me that question was like I didn't care because I feel like. I don't have anybody that I feel like I would be like, oh my God, I met this person. Nobody. Like, nobody.
Not strict. I think that's because social media is tainting your.
No, not even. I feel like I've always been like that. Only time I was ever like that was when I was like a teenager.
I
like
hung
11.
shit up on my wall. Yeah.
But I'm saying like since I've been an adult, like even since like college or
like,
even high school, like I could think
in
high
these
school.
years, how often are we hanging boys up on our walls?
Not even that, like just having a crush at all. Like I don't look at celebrities as like I guess I could say this. I have never looked at celebrities as like something more than somebody else walking by me.
To me, it's not really a crush unless somebody's asking you like who your celebrity crush. But other than that, it's like, oh, Drake is handsome. Oh, this it's not like I want to see what he like in the bed. Like
women are though. Like yes, that is like they have obsession. Like some of the women, like remember when Chris Brown did the concert?
Oh yeah.
Like some women like that is like our age plus. They are like
that never been me.
Out.
That never been me. I've never been like a fangirl type. But I do want to say I think I always have said this. I think Houston people are just too used to city life and they try to make it seem like celebrities ain't celebrities. Like somebody could walk in and you in a section with people and if these people from Houston, you be like, oh shit, there go so-and-so from that movie, this and that and third. Like, damn, I want to go take a picture. And they are like, girl, he be here every weekend. Girl, that ain't nobody. Girl, he used to fuck with my cousin. That's
well, I think that might be
that should be so
people.
annoying.
But I feel like, too, for me, it'd be more so like, I think too, what made me start thinking this like at a young age was the fact that like when you see like documentaries on people and you be like they really just regular people like they.
But were you watching documentaries like
younger when we were younger?
No.
You didn't watch documentaries of like people like back in the day, like us growing up, like
The most we seen was like BET, like might show a little 50, but they wasn't really like showing nobody real. They might show
like I'm just
he like to go to the club a lot, or he like
I'm
to
just
smack
saying
girls
like
on
as far as like anybody telling their story, like anybody like before they came to stardom. You know how when you do interviews like 106 in Park and they be like I used to do like Chris Brown, like for instance. He was just a regular light-skinned dude, like until he became Chris Brown. Now he's this like sex symbol and everybody crushing on him. I feel like I've seen regular light-skinned men that look better than Chris Brown. Like I don't get the connection people that people are making. They're saying this is, oh my God, he is just this and that. Like I feel like I've seen regular fine men that ain't nobody. That's probably broken, regular degular.
I mean, so the point of a crush is to initially like just be attracted to them, like their appearance, not know them. Like women we gonna say shit. That's why you thinking about it like that, because we're gonna be like, oh well, he probably just a broke boy. He probably hit women. He a regular nigga. Like, of course we're all regular people. Like,
right. But
so
I don't get the fan behavior. Like, oh my god, like falling out. Like I would never fall out to see.
No. I'm not saying like that. I mean, like just like how you would have a crush on a regular nigga if you wasn't married. You know what I mean? You would have the same kind of, like, it's not like a different type of crush. It
is though.
One is a celebrity and one is just a.
But they make it seem like it's a different type of crush. Like people, you don't think.
I never seen it like that. Well, not to me.
So you didn't see the post of the women when Chris Brown did that meet and greet and all them women how they was acting. You didn't think that was weird?
Oh, like get off my man.
Yeah, like you haven't. Okay, so you haven't seen people. I didn't scroll my Instagram and like I know girls that like take the face off of Chris Brown and put it like
yeah. I've seen people do that before too. But I also think people just be trying to be funny for the internet.
No, people be serious.
Okay, well they could be. That could be me being green about it. They're like, that could be me being naive about it, because I thought I'd just be thinking they be trying to be funny for the internet. Me.
No, I know a few girls especially on Facebook. That people
I do too. I do too.
And then even when the shade room highlighted it, like people like passing out and people like being rushed to the hospital behind, like, oh my god, I think they crying. Like,
I'll cry if I seen Lil Wayne.
Really? Okay, perfect. What would make you cry?
Because I've like always wanted to. I don't know. Not just seeing him. Like if he gave me a hug or something. Not just.
What about that would make you cry though?
Because that's my favorite rapper. Like that's somebody, I love his music. I love his work. So seeing him in the flesh. Oh
my god, that's dope as hell. Like why would you cry? Like
because like the cry is because you remember all the, like, for me music is instrumental in my life. Like it's like get through shit music, you cry music, you shit that was errors of your life, like, you know what I mean? Like it might bring you back to something. Like
so it just might bring you there. So she fanned out. That's my point. Like
it might just bring you there.
I think that I like a lot of music. Like, okay, for instance, I like Friday's music like a lot. But if I seen him, like I wouldn't be, or like for instance, I like Todd Galton is like he not a crush for me, but I love his music. Like I can listen to anything he sings. And I feel the same way. Like some of his music, like this morning when I was in prayer.
I'm talking about somebody you've been listening to since you was young. Like, so you don't have a favorite celebrity like that you.
That's what I'm saying. Like I guess I'm weird. That's what I'm saying.
You are the weird one.
Okay.
I think that's like an American thing. Like we entertainment is what America has to sell. Everybody has something else to sell. Yeah. Entertainment is what America has to sell. We have sports. We have
not into sports,
artists, music. You obviously not that deep into music.
No, I just feel like I don't look at it beyond what it's for. Like even if I've cried to music. Like I said this morning when I was praying, I was crying, and like certain songs bring me to tears. Like certain old school songs, like certain old Tasha Cobb songs, certain like a Marvin Sapp or something. You know, back in the day we was listening to, but just to see them. I was crying because I really had something going on and I felt something. That's why I was crying. So I can describe why I was crying. Like I was going through something and that song ministered to what was going on in my life. Right. But then when I see you, fast forward 20 years later, that ain't going on no more. I'm not going to cry because I see you.
50-50. You might want to show your gratitude. You brought me through so much, and it might get.
I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, and it might trigger some tears.
Oh, okay.
You talking about it? Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. What make you cry?
I'm not just gonna say let's just pass out because Wayne walked in the room. Like no,
that's what I'm thinking.
I'm talking about like if I got to tell him or hug him or like he noticed that I'm a fan or something like that. He acknowledged it. Like yeah, that type of shit right there will hit me right here. That's how you hit me. No, but no, you're definitely the weird one.
I am.
I said, America is built off of.
I remember I asked you. I said, "How do you look at that?" First of all, I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know why I'm so weird. But I'm sorry. I don't want to be one of them people that get on the internet and say the words that everybody is saying. But I do feel like sometimes I am socially awkward. Especially, but I only feel that way with my peers. I don't feel that way with like people that are older than me. So I don't know. Am I weird or am I just? But people always tell me and my baby. People say that my daughter is like wise beyond her years, and people used to tell me that.
People tell me that too, but I don't feel awkward amongst my peers.
I feel awkward amongst my peers. Like I feel like they don't get me. So maybe I am like I said, socially awkward.
It could be.
But real quick before you go into yours, like I also looked at my thing, and
what thing?
The playlist, the top playlist thing. Mine, I mean, I'm weird. Like looking at my peers that did it, like I didn't even post mine because I was like, no point.
Wow, what is it?
Just it's not what my peers listen to. Like my shit is weird. It's awkward.
But what's on there? Like what is awkward about it?
Okay, look at this. Deep breathing. Guided meditation. Gospel. These are top songs. All these songs, if there's not gospel, it's deep breathing.
Go to the artist.
Okay, the artist. The only one artist that people probably have is Friday. That was the number 4.
Well,
gospel, and number 4 was Friday.
So you think gospel makes you weird?
I think that it makes me not.
I have gospel on my playlist.
No, I get that, but I think it just gives me a glimpse into why I feel like I'm socially awkward because I don't relate to what my peers relate to on a regular day basis. You get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if I don't know certain things that they know because I'm not hip to what they listen to or what they feeding themselves every day, that's probably why I'm socially awkward.
That could be true.
You get what I'm saying? Or that's why I feel that way.
Yeah. I guess that could be true. I can't say I've ever been around you in like a group of our peers, like so I wouldn't know.
Right.
Because every time we together, it's probably like around family or some shit like outside of this.
And that's kind of what my comfort zone is. Yeah.
So yeah, I wouldn't know. But I kind of like float around the rooms. I'm cool in any room.
Right.
Young, old, in between. But my little mindful question is, do you believe in soulmates or do you think dating has to do with your environment and surroundings?
I can be honest and say, okay, so describe to me what would a soulmate would be. Yeah, I am.
What would people think a soulmate is? You know what?
Like you just instantly meet and then it's like connection immediately, right?
That and like it was fated for y'all to be together. Like it was y'all like that's your one person amongst a billion in the world.
No, I don't really believe in soulmates. I if that's what it is, I don't believe in it.
Okay, explain.
I think that and the reason I don't, I'll say why I don't believe that. Because I feel like you can feel like that about a person that caters to what you need. I feel like you can feel like that about anybody. Like for instance, me as a high schooler, college student, like I knew my husband in college. When we met, I didn't instantly feel like, oh my God, this is my husband. Like we have this soul. I feel like we were really good friends to say that we were both
right.
He was a man, I was a woman. Like I felt like that, but I didn't feel like even to this day, I don't think that like I would name my husband my soulmate. I would just say that he's in my life for a reason,
right?
And I can see that reason clearer now as the time progresses. But I don't look at it like the end. Like if I will never. I do. Okay, well I will say this. I do feel like my husband is like one in a 100, a million men. Like I don't think it's a lot of him.
Okay.
But I don't say that because I'm like, oh my God, for me, like, oh, he's the soulmate for me. I feel like anybody that got him, they would probably feel like he's a soulmate.
Right.
A man.
Exactly. And I'm glad you said it like that because that's kind of how I feel about it too. I think people put a lot of pressure on that. My soulmate is out there. My person is out there. Like, but will you ever, if you really think that, will you ever, you don't know, this is a big ass world. Like you don't even know if you're in the right continent, let alone the right state or city or, you know what I mean? So that's kind of like naive to think that way. If you ask me, that's just if you're asking me. But I also think people date off of proximity and environment, and I know this to be true because of the small town I grew up in, and I see a lot of people like they've been knowing each other for fucking. I mean, I think I've said this more than once on this podcast. These people have been knowing each other since we was in middle school. How when you get 30, both of y'all done had 3-4 kids that y'all figured that y'all needed to be married. It was like y'all was soulmates. Like,
yeah, I think the whole soulmate thing is kind of like just something to say, because I can guarantee, like, if my husband was to if me and my husband was to ever get a divorce, God forbid, because I want us to be together forever, but or not even get a divorce, like if someone was to pass or something like that, I feel like my husband could be with somebody else,
right,
and be there with them successfully, and I feel like I could too. I feel like I wouldn't want to, because I've built a relationship with him and we have a child together, like we have certain things that connect us, but I ultimately feel like, you know, it's healthy, it's okay to say, like, yeah, I could be with somebody else that could also be good to me and work for my life. And
I think that's just, you know, like a mature way of thinking about shit, to think that if this didn't work, then everything ain't gonna work, or you know what I mean. That's kind of like immature. That's kind of like how the girls say, oh, I've been cheated on, so now all niggas gonna cheat. Y'all need to realize all.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, and then I want to say this. I think I want to make a post soon. I needed to be in like a group or something. I need like all the people that's in relationships, successful, not being cheated on relationships, to just like drop that in the like comments and brag on your man.
It doesn't matter though, because nobody's gonna believe it, because it's always gonna be the women that say, "Girl, please, all married men."
Really, people out here that think all married men or all men cheat, and I just think. At first, I thought that was just something women were saying at first. Like, ain't shit niggas, niggas ain't shit.
No, they believe that.
They are in their heart of hearts, like, taking that shit to the grave. Like,
another thing to your point about soulmates, though, I don't believe that God put people together either. I don't like when people say that. I don't like when people say, like, oh, God, like, put us together.
Well, why do you say that?
You pick that person.
You know, most people that believe are gonna say that that's what the divine
God doesn't pick
was.
No, God does not. It doesn't say that anywhere in Bible. Never. God does not say that I'm gonna pick your husband or your wife. It says, he that finds, you pick.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you pick that person. Now, when y'all come under God, he's saying, I bless this. I'm with y'all in this. Whatever y'all doing, I'm with it. Not whatever y'all doing, but whatever you doing under God, you get what I'm saying? I'm with that, and I'm going to see that through. I want that to make sense. I want it to work. I want y'all to have kids. I want y'all to nurture your kids. I want y'all to subdue and get other people to believe what you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I believe all that, but I'm not, God did not say, Krista, go get Carrie. That's who your husband is. That's your only husband. That's not true. God didn't pick ours, so we picked that person.
And that's how I seen it that way too. Because when I thought about the question, I was like thinking of all standpoints. Like, well, what if people are gonna say? You know, soulmate could be just somebody that your soul is tied with right now, like at this point in your life, and that could be it. You know what I'm saying? It could you could be going through a season where this person is catering to everything that you need. You know,
but it doesn't mean nobody else can do that.
Exactly.
It make you feel that way.
Exactly. That's my thing about it. Like, I just don't get how people kind of like really just believe in that notion, because they just, you think only one person can do this?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's a crazy way to think.
That is.
When you just said it like that, like, it made me think, like, that would be really weird to think that though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's like saying only one person can teach kids.
Exactly.
It's only one person can save lives. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, it's a lot of doctors, a lot of teachers that can get, you know. So yeah, I don't believe in the whole soul tie. I mean, not soul tie, soulmate thing. Not at all. Hey y'all, it's your girl Coco
and your girl Tee,
and we are a couple conversation. And this holiday season, we are giving 2 deserving ladies a makeover. Yes, you heard it right, a makeover. Yes. Hair, makeup, and a wardrobe change.
Period. We have teamed up with 2 of Houston's top hairstylists and makeup artists for us to get you all the way together.
Yes.
Full makeover, you won't regret it. Just submit a lucky lady and go ahead and give them the rules and how to get into it.
So we have a link in our bio. We made it real easy for you guys. Go to our page, Cup of Conversation, and click the link in our bio. Nominate a lucky lady. Give us a little insight on why she's so deserving of this. Make sure you add her Instagram handle and all the details in on the application, so me and T can get together, decide who's deserving of this, and make sure they're awarded this gift before Christmas.
Period. So have your nominations in before December 18th is when we will be picking our lucky winners. And yeah, make sure you follow A Cup of Conversation. And till next time. Well, let's get right into our topics for today. You
Okay.
got something you want to talk about? Good. You want me to start, or you want to start? What you want? To purple rock scissors them?
Go ahead, cause
Okay. Cause what?
yeah, go ahead.
What your topic about?
My stuff was more so about like just more so like goals and like where we been and where we see ourselves now.
Okay.
And so
think
like
my
I had a
topic will roll
question
into
to
yours
prompt
real
that.
good.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So, my topic is about friendship and friendship being watered down these days, and it not being valued so much. So it came from like these kind of posts go viral, like I want to say like once every 3-4 months or something like that. You know what I mean? It's like the 50-50 conversation that keeps coming up. It's people that share this. If your friend ain't always attentive, that doesn't mean they're a bad friend. People have lied, people have shit going on, this, that, and the third, blase, blase. You know, the whole rhetoric. And a lot of people agree to that. They you know, I've been going through shit. I did that and the third. I can't take everybody baggage. Actually, I seen somebody in the comments of that because somebody shared it, and I seen somebody in the comments was she said, "I'm going through a lot myself, and I can't handle friends that dump their shit on me every time we talk. So I just choose to go out friends, you know what I'm saying? Just friends that I go to the club with sometimes. It's not really deep. It is what it is. And that's cool too. If you choosing to do that and that's the lane you staying in and you're not, stepping outside that boundary. But do you think that people aren't putting value on friendship as they do the rest of their relationships?
Me personally, I don't think anybody puts value on anything right now in today's world, in real life. Like, people can say it can sound good, like, I value this person, I value our relationship and stuff like that, but I feel like a lot of people really don't. Like, I think a lot of stuff is for, like, people get friends for what it looks like on social media, or just what other people see them as being friends looks like to them, or even getting married for what it looks like or what it will do for their image. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think anybody puts value. I don't think a lot of people put value on anything. But as far as friendships, I feel like I put value on friendships when it's when I'm involved. Like when I'm involved with a friendship, I place enough value on it to where everybody feels like they are understood. People can feel like they can talk to me. I just make myself a safe place to that person until it might not. It's till that season is up. You get what I'm saying? So I think it's a season and it's a time for everything. And I feel like sometimes friends go through seasons where we might not communicate as much, but it doesn't mean that I don't value you as a person. Or I feel like friends go through times where they're really, really close because either that person needs that person or we need each other. So I just place value where it's needed, basically. Like,
right. So at what time would be like a time where you feel it wasn't needed, or it's not the time to be?
I mean, okay, for instance, when I got married, I felt like a lot of my friends I didn't really have. Like my friends, and I didn't, at the time, and still now, I didn't think much of it, like, oh, my friends don't fuck with me. Like, I thought that in my head, but then I was like, me personally, I'm at a different space in my life, like, so maybe things are changing. People trying to figure out how they gonna be my friend now. Did I have a hood? Like, I didn't know. I didn't place it all like, oh, my friends don't fuck with me type of shit. I just looked at it like this is a life event that can make some things different. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's not a thing that where you don't need your friends or whatever. But I think it is a time where maybe the communication is less than other times, or when the going out is less than other times. I feel like that's just life in itself. Yeah. But I don't think it's ever a time. If you're really friends, you're really friends. Like, as adults, I just feel like friends are not what friends were when you were in high school or in middle school or whatever the case may be, or even at an old job. Like, for instance, me and my friends, me and my friend Bree, we worked together for about 4 or 5 years, and we were really close at the time. We went through our master's program together. Like, we rode in a car. when Harvey hit, I was living in a hotel. She would come pick me up. She had eye surgery. We was driving. You know, we was always together at that time. But now that I became an entrepreneur and like she's still working in the school system, she's a school counselor now and stuff like that. Like we don't talk as much. But when we do, we talk. Like she came to my house the day after Thanksgiving, and her mom came to visit us, and we talk. You know, she'll call me, you know, every so often and be like, "Girl, we ain't ran it in a minute." Da 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 da. Boom. And I feel like me and her, and she's also not way older than me, but she is she's like 38, like she's damn near 40. Okay. She gonna be on my ass when I say that because she don't like when I say that. But she older than me, and I also feel like she understands me and I understand her, and we don't never have nothing. Both of the Brees. Me and Bree went to 8th grade together, and we went to high school together. We went to college together. We did shit while we was in college. We was roommates. She lived with me. She lived with me and Bubba. She left. We rekindled. She came to Houston. We stayed on the same side of town. We used to go walking and working out. Right now, we don't live on the same side. We don't see each other that much, but we talk. We get on FaceTime sometimes. Right. So it's just like, I feel like sometimes proximity makes people closer sometimes than you get. For instance, me and you, we probably talk more than your real best friend. Right. But that don't take away from her being your real best friend. Right. You get what I'm saying?
That's what I was going to say. I understand when shit calls for it. I just think when people share shit like that or when people say shit like that, they meaning like they just make the smallest shit seem like it's so hard to do. Like they will even when they share, I ain't got time to be, you know, if I don't answer the phone, that's this, that, and the third. But you on social media all day and you might answer the phone for that nigga and you know.
But that's the thing though, T. Just because I'm on social media doesn't mean that I want to talk. And just because I answer the phone for my dude, it doesn't. I be on social media and I can.
Well, no, you might not share or make up, but it's people that be on social that won't call their friends and say, "Hey, girl, it's just been a long day. It's hard." They'll get on Facebook and tell Facebook, "I'm going through a lot. I won't lie."
But also, me personally, I'm the type of person, and I posted this, and I really meant this. I had made a post and I had said, I hate venting because I feel like, why the fuck I did I tell all my damn business?
It's not about telling your business. It's just about getting off your chest.
But do people really care?
It's not. I don't care if they care or not. It's for me. It's for me.
Oh no, I do. Because I'm not gonna. If I feel like I'm going through something and I feel like it wouldn't matter to you, like it wouldn't, like what can T do for me? I'm not gonna talk about it to you.
Well, then that's just I just don't see the point in being real friends if we can't talk to each other about the hard shit that's bothering it.
It might not be everything though. It might not be everything.
No, hell nah. It's some shit you gotta go to the grave with.
Right.
Yeah, there's some shit you might not be telling that. You know, it's selective information, but like shit like saying somebody like I'm just going.
Give me a scenario.
Like. You see people on Facebook all the time asking for
Well, if we talking about that, I feel like that is attention. I feel like anything that you put on social media that you're really going through.
That's what I'm saying.
I feel like that's attention. That don't have nothing to do with.
If you want to talk to somebody, you have people to talk to, right? Like if you have friends, you got people to talk to get that off your chest.
And people don't really want to talk. People just want people to know, or like as far as like. If I put something on Facebook, I'm going through this and this, people want sympathy. It's a lot of things that people put stuff on Facebook because, like you said, you have real friends in your life. If you really wanted some advice, if you really wanted to talk, you would call them, or you would just pray. Because me personally, I grew up on the thing of it ain't nobody you can talk to. Can't nobody help you. Ultimately, can't nobody really help you with certain stuff. Like if me and Carrie going through something, you probably would never hear about it. Like nothing real for real.
It don't have to be everything. It could be like okay, say for instance,
you lost your job.
My friend Desiree, she didn't even tell me specifically what she was going through, but she was just one day she went ghost. She changed her number. She deactivated her social media and shit like that. That was something where I was like, okay, I would understand if she's not talking to me because she's not talking to anybody right now. She's working on herself. But if you are just you not working on yourself, you in a club, you venting on Facebook, you talking about how this nigga this and that and the third, like you always have an issue with something every day, but like you don't want to talk to me about it. So either you don't trust me, you don't value me. What the fuck are we here for?
I don't know. See, I think that social media is more so for the people. It's not. I don't think. Me personally, I feel like this. If you bring anything to social media outside of you saying, "Hey, y'all," you know, and I don't like when people do this. Hey, pray for my daughter because she in the hospital right now. I don't like when people do that, but I feel like outside of you doing something like, you know, asking specifically for something, but venting on Facebook, I don't feel like it's ever like a thing for people to really get feedback or really to, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it's all a what we do. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a part of what we do.
Nah. It's people that vent on social media because they want empathy from people that think like them, or they want.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, they don't really do it. They're not really doing it for like, I'm really going through something and I need answers because at this point I'm about to be done. Like, I'm, you know what I'm saying? Or like, I'm really going through something. I feel like people do it
Some
before.
of them do be going through shit, like real life shit.
No, they don't. If you going through real life shit and you get on social media, you're not going through shit. If you ask me.
I'm telling you, this new generation we live in, or not even just this new generation, because I was even thinking about the other day, like, I never thought I would be the type of person who got to, like, discipline myself to get off social media type shit. Like, we grew up in a time where we didn't have that shit. Like, that wasn't prominent. So, that's why I'm not going to say this generation, because it's really growing on everybody.
I think it's just a way of what people see other people do, they do it. And I feel like, too, I genuinely do not think that if you get on social media and you start talking about something, like, oh my God, when I say talking about something, I'm talking about like something in your life, like, oh my God, I'm really going through it, da, 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 da. Because ultimately these people cannot help you.
That's my point. I'm just like, why, what do you have? And these people be hanging with so many people, so like, why do y'all hang together would be my question. Like,
what you mean?
If you always got a group, say you always got a group of people around you, but you are always that one person that's venting on social media.
But who's to say they don't vent to them too? Who's to say they took something out the group, didn't take something out the group chat and put it on Facebook?
I mean, that could be true too.
Right.
That could be the case too. But I just don't think people value friendships. I think people are learning about their mental health, and they are starting they're starting to put themselves first, which is a good thing. But it can lead to a lot of individuality. You know what I mean? Like, people just not really caring about people for real, not holding the door, just the small things, like the lack of common courtesy, manners, and being a
we've gotten away from that kind of stuff
with other people. Yeah,
it's a very individual. Like, even like I seen a post on TikTok and the man said, America doesn't have a third place. When you go to other countries, like, he made a point. I can't remember what country he was in, but he said when he went, him and his children visit there, after everybody gets off work, it's a park where people go, and people are literally like 40, 50, 60 kids are there, and families are there all at once, and they don't leave until like 8, 9. You can get there at 8 o'clock, and it's still 40, 50 people there, and they have park benches that are not hard because they're intended for people to be comfortable there, and not just not right. And they don't have it like in America where the park benches are hard because they don't want the homeless people to sleep on. You know, it's not. It's just that's the state that we're in right now.
It's crazy you said that, because I was just talking to one of my coworkers, and I told you, like, a lot of them are foreign, and he told me he was from Lebanese earlier, and he was just telling me, like, he's like, this dude, he's like 80, and he was
your coworker 80?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yes, we was the only.
That's sad in itself. Why is he 80 and he still has to work?
But he's in America though. That's what he was saying though. He was saying, like, my dad used to go back and forth because he liked the money in America, but he don't like the American way. Like, he said, where I'm from, when you get off of work, you colonize, you do what community do. You chill around with people, you play cards, everybody knows everybody.
And what you do when you get off?
Yeah, exactly. Like, exactly. He was like, in America, you just working to go home, eat, sit in front of the TV, get on your phone, repeat, and die. Like, that's basically what's going on here. And that really had me. I'm sitting there for hours after we talked about that shit. Like, damn. Well, shit, can I raise a kid in Jamaica or like
you can,
or London or like something, because this ain't it. Mm-mm. Not at all. Like, I don't want nobody to think that. And then earlier I seen a post that was like, 20 years from now, the only person that's gonna know you worked them late nights or who's gonna know you worked all that overtime is your kids. Yeah. Like, and that is facts. I'm probably the only person that remembers all them fucking hours my mama was doing. Like, nobody in her job, they don't. They can't know that without looking it up.
Mm-mm. And and that's kind of where my head was too when I was going through my little situation before we, before we settle down and stuff with all of the podcast stuff. I was in a place to where I didn't want, and I say this all the time. I even said this on Instagram the other day. I don't want my daughter to have to, my children, when I have more children, to have to heal from things that she experienced in her life. Mm-hmm. And one of those things was me being a workaholic, me not placing value on where she spent majority of her time, school. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, for Kari to go to the school that she goes to right now and do what she does and how I have to take her and stuff, that is like a really big job for me that I know that I don't have to have, because we have public schools literally within 5.5 mile radius from us, or buses that can pick her up right in front. The kids get on the bus in front of my house. They in my yard.
Right.
So I look at it like, I just feel like we do a lot of things out of convenience. Mm-hmm. And we don't place value on what really matters and what will matter later on. Right. We only dealing with what's right now. Right. And I just feel like that's one of the things. They say this
generation is a microwave, but I really think that it's more so starting with America.
Yeah, it's America.
It starts with America. And I think it's always been that way. Mm-hmm. And it's just spreading across the world. Because, I mean, we get a lot of our shit from other people, but a lot of people get shit from America. Like, they want the American way, the American life, until, like, my coworker get down here and they realize this is not shit. Like, even the man that I met in the man that I met in New York, who was from, where you said he was from, Bubba? Jamaica? Ghana. Yeah, he was from Ghana. He pretty much hated it. Like, he was like, man, the cost of living is so high. I mean, we make good money down here, but the cost of living is so high. Everything down
in Jamaica?
Here is in New York.
Oh, okay, in New York. Okay.
Yeah. And he was like, it's just so much. Like, it's too busy. It's not like a family oriented place. Like, nobody is saying hi. Nobody is being respectful and having common courtesy. I was like, damn, bro, y'all really come here for this shit. And
we've been here with this shit.
We've been here. I was literally thinking when my coworker was telling me that, I was like, oh, I hate that I grew up here. Because this shit is so toxic. It's like,
it's so toxic.
It's washing away just all kind of values. I thought it was just black, you know what I'm saying, values and culture being washed away, but that's everybody.
It's everybody. And that's why I do a lot of stuff like, y'all do not know, like when I did the Thanksgiving in my house this year, like I always host Thanksgiving and Christmas in my house, but everybody was here this year. And when I say everybody, I'm saying like all of my family. And that make me feel really good because we don't do that enough. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like
you don't see many family reunions and stuff these days.
No,
like, you don't. That's not.
Me and my sister been trying to plan a family reunion for our family, and we kind of like just stopped because it's like the mentality of people now is so selfish that it's hard to navigate through that. It was like we was doing like this, like
one person, I'm available this weekend. Well, I'm not available that weekend. Well,
who planning it? Who gonna have all the money? Who collecting the money? Like, we be worried about so much shit that don't even matter. Exactly. So where we lose out on real memories. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we waste time trying to put it together, trying to think it through.
And I be the one at the funeral was like, girl, sit the fuck down, because you wasn't doing none of that.
And we could have been.
You hated your cousin. You ain't even been.
Yeah. Doing all this crime. We could have been linked up.
Yeah.
We could have been got together.
Yeah, like, it's weird.
It's just not value on that anymore. And I noticed we ain't did any family topics. We need to start getting into some of them.
Oh, you know I can talk about family.
Baby. Me too. I need to share some stories on here. I ain't trying to hurt nobody's feelings. I'm going to let me tell y'all ahead of time. But some stories is gonna get shared on this motherfucker.
We need to do a family episode ASAP.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to say that, but I truly think we need a love therapy first, baby. We can't just come. We might fight on camera. That might be the first.
Well, I mean, we don't gotta have all of them up here.
I know not all of them, but
maybe
like
some people that ain't so unhealed, but they all unhealed.
I was just finna say I don't got a lot to pick from. My mama, that's it.
Your mama, that's it.
I don't got a lot to pick from.
I feel like my family is like my immediate family. I feel like we all like kind of we healed, but like when it comes to like that. Boom, you know how you got
right outside.
Boom,
right out the cousins and
yes. Quick story time, real quick. Can I tell my story?
Go ahead.
Can I tell my story? I have this is when I knew. This is the story of when I knew family wasn't family
no more. Yeah,
and when I got a glimpse of being an adult to find out what people meant by
I've
family.
had those. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you mean. Those realization moments.
Yes, like I was like, oh.
Where you see why people like, you know how you see those people be like, I cut my cousin, I cut my family up, and you like, how the fuck? But now you see.
Yes.
Yeah. I've had those moments.
I grew up with my my dad's side of the family. I grew up with them, seeing them on holidays. Me and my first cousin, his sister's daughter, which is. I'm like my birthday is in December, hers is in February. We grew up together, like we would stay the night at each other. Okay. Well, I would mostly stay with her. Close age. We were really close in age. Yeah, we the same age, minus those months. Yeah. And I never saw myself having the relationship that I have with her now. Like we are cool, we're cordial now, and we kind of made amends, me and her. But I'd never seen this type of relationship for us prior to what happened.
Right.
And it really kind of broke me down because I feel like I tell my sister all the time, and even like my best friend Joy, she has cousins, and they have like a group chat and stuff like that. I don't have that with my cousins.
Just like Shayna, remember I was telling you?
Yeah, I don't have that.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's a bad situation because when me and my cousin that I was close to, we ended up having a spat about something really didn't even have nothing to do with her. Like I was really I had an issue with my grandmother, my dad's mother. Right. When I had Kari, I didn't hear from her. Yeah. So I felt the way about that. She asked us to do a family photo shoot, and I was like, I'm not really in a family photo shoot mood because I had a baby. I could have died. Anything could have happened to me, and my grandmother didn't even call me and say, "Hey, congratulations, you had the baby." Like. I know you knew, like, all that. And so I felt the way. And so my cousin got on there, don't play with my grandma. Like, it wasn't my grandma. Right. And so I was like, I felt the way. So we ended up having it out, right? But what really burnt my heart, I'm going to say my heart, was that when I went around my family again, the rest of my cousins that are younger than us, like my brother's age, they fall under us. Yeah. And even some of them that felt above us, they treated me like I had fell out with them. And I found that to be so weird. I thought the beef was just me and my cousin. Like, I'm not knowing y'all taking sides with my cousin, and y'all don't know this situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like that was one of them situations to where you don't get in it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I thought anyway.
Right.
And now it's like so weird because like now when we get around or we see each other on social media or we around each other, it's weird because it's like, okay, they back friends now. So do I go back in? Do I stay out? It never wasn't to do with me, but now,
that's why you usually stay out.
Right. So now it's this fucked up dysfunctional situation now. Like I don't have my cousins that I felt like I should. You know what I'm saying? And
don't you find that funny how like you picture relationships with people when you're young, friends, cousins, anything like that. You picture relationships with people when you're young, and shit don't be nothing like that. No. Like that's why I even brought up the friendship topic, because I told you about the little disagreement me and my friends got into, and I'm not even gonna speak on it yet because I ain't spoke to them yet, and I do that the right way. I go in the right direction before I just go off of what I'm thinking about. But just some of the shit just been rubbing me the wrong way on how we, like I said, treating friendship. I could just be overthinking it, and I could just be putting different values on it than them, which is cool. But it's just that's fucked up in my head that like I imagine some of these people that this one girl I stayed across the street from when I was like 6 years old, we was like first friends on the block type shit. This not even before we went to kindergarten, because we was in kindergarten by this time. I think she had just moved over there on something. She started going to the same school as me and everything. I'm thinking we finna be like forever. No. That's just not the case.
No, and then too, you have to realize with friends for sure, and family. I mean, I don't know why.
I was just gonna say family too.
You have to realize that sometimes. And my mama, I talk about my mama all the time because she be like, when I tell her about friends that do me bad or say stuff about me or say certain things, she be like, them bitches just jealous of you. And I be like, Mom, everybody not jealous of me. Something else could be the problem. But what I realize as an adult, people don't be jealous of you because when you think people jealous of you, you're like, I don't even got nothing. But people don't like how people respond to you, whether they know you or not.
Right.
How they love you, how whatever you might see me for, that person don't see me for that.
Right.
And they don't like that. They don't like how Bubba love you, how you don't gotta ask for nobody. You ain't gotta you ain't gotta have no OnlyFans because you got a dude that really care about. People don't like certain aspects of how your life be going. And so it don't be really nothing. And I seen this on Facebook too. I began to feel a lot better when I feel like people were not warring with me, but they were warring with themselves. And that's what it is.
That's why it was easier for me to swallow some of the bullshit because I just feel like you said, there is more of a them thing. And then two, I just can't expect people to grow. I've been saying this all year. I can't expect people to be on the same healing journey as me. I can't expect people to grow at the same pace as me or to move in the same aspects and respect as me. So it's just, we just might not be on the same page right now. That could be what it is. It could also be some shady shit like I'm thinking. So like, you just don't know until you have that conversation. Yep. It could be that too.
And then I would like to hear me personally. I'm the type of person where I like to talk about stuff. A lot of people like to sweep stuff under the rug. People like to not just acknowledge shit. Like if it happened, it's over. Let's not talk about it. But I'm the type of person, I feel like you never really get to the root of things if you don't talk about it.
Exactly.
And so me personally, like as it relates to my family, I would be open to having a sit down. Like, this is how I feel. This is my perspective of the situation. This is how I felt when the situation happened. Maybe I'm missing something.
Yeah, but I have those sweeping under the rug family members too, and trying to poke some of them type of people to get what you need out of them is frustrating as fuck sometimes.
Yeah, it is.
So it make it worse going in when you gotta, hey, we need to talk. You steady telling these people we need to talk. You know we need to fucking sit down. I'm not finna chill with you again and act like we ain't had this fucking issue. Like, that's just not gonna be that.
So with your friends, have y'all been in a space all together since you felt this way?
No.
Okay. So if I were you, if y'all ever got back into a space, even if it was like we just on some chill shit, I would just be like on some chill shit. We would go be on some chill shit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I've been feeling.
For sure.
Okay.
For sure. I mean, it's just never. I don't know when it would be a time where we all gonna be in the same space, but even I don't care if I catch one of them.
One by one.
By one. I don't care if y'all talk to each other in the midst of it or whatever. I just want to know what you gonna say. Like, I want to know what you thinking. Like,
one by one would be even better because people feed off of other people and don't give their real thoughts and feelings when they're amongst other people.
But then
you get different versions.
You might give somebody the chance to call the next person that playing up like, oh, did Tia come to you and say yada yada yada? Well, look, she think we been moving like.
No. Okay, but I feel like you can call her and say that, but whatever I talk to you about is for you. So whatever I talk to you about, it might not be for that person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It might not even be the same shit.
Yeah, it might not be the same shit, and it also even if it is the same shit, you still got to give me your take on it.
Right.
In that moment, y'all can talk about it, pre-plan the conversation or whatever. But if you gonna be fake about it, then be fake about it. But if you want to be real about it, be real about it. This gonna show who you really are. Who you really are.
I believe that too. But I just, it's just weird times we living in. I guess it's probably always been like that. I just need to stop expecting so much from people.
Yes,
stop expecting a lot from people.
But you give me, you worry about things.
I wouldn't say that.
That I feel like take care of themselves. That take care of itself.
No, I'm just like you remind me of one of the people that. I'm one of them people who likes to know. I don't I don't want to think about it.
Exactly, but do you know that sometimes it's better that you don't know? Sometimes it is better that you don't know or you don't even think about it. Because if it doesn't plague your immediate everyday life, then what is it gonna benefit you to know?
But what is the conversation gonna hurt?
It's not gonna hurt nothing. But what I'm saying is, ultimately,
that's what I want to just have the conversation. I just want to ask.
Well, yeah, you could always ask, but I feel like sometimes the things that plague your mind, I don't think they should. I guess that's what I'm saying.
I might talk. I would say I don't be feeling that deeply for some of the shit, but some of the shit I do be feeling.
You do. I could tell.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even gonna act like I don't feel, because some of that shit be bothering me that people are the way they
like
are.
Even the situation with the podcast, and how I be telling you, like, it's when it's our time, it's gonna be our time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know, but that goes back to me maybe being weird too. You know, not even caring enough to think into that. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I see it. I'm not blind to the same thing you see.
But it's just a different perspective on it.
Not even that it's a different perspective. It's just that the things that don't affect my day-to-day real life, like me and my husband, me and my child, me going to make money, me going to
Of course.
I'm not gonna talk about it at all. Like, unless we having a conversation,
I was just
bring it up.
But like when we talking, like, that's what we talking about.
But what I'm saying is, like, I'm saying, like, when you be like, man, look at this, I just be like, oh, that's expected. I seen that too.
But that's what we talk about. So why wouldn't I talk to you about it?
I'm saying before we ever talked about it before, like how you were saying, like, you may post about it on Facebook, like, y'all fuck with everybody, but when I post something, you know what I'm saying? People post. What I know is that people do things to be seen, and that's what goes back to me saying, when you say, well, people just get on Facebook and they be venting. That shit don't be for the real event. That shit be for what Facebook is and what people have turned Facebook into. You not really trying. If you okay, for instance, if you going through it with your husband, getting on here is not gonna be the thing to do.
You'd be surprised at where people seek their advice.
They do, but
they seek their. I mean, people will literally go to Facebook instead of Google. You know what I mean? Like,
but you know why?
Shit.
For attention. Like, they say that study shows that attention is worse than, like, crack cocaine type shit.
I believe it.
In this day and time. Why wouldn't that be attention for millions of people? Some people don't have millions of people following them, but the people that are following you, you know, half of these people you probably don't even have a real relationship with. So you can't fathom in your mind to say, I'm really going to get some help here. And if you think that, then that shows how mature you are and how in your mind you are. You know what I'm saying? That really shows, because that would be something like we used to do in high school. If we really went to Facebook and be like, y'all, and I ain't gonna lie, I ain't really never got on Facebook and did no shit like that, or Instagram or no shit like that. But, you know, I'm weird again.
Twitter girl back then.
Yeah, even that. You know what I'm saying? So it just shows how, are you moving along to realize that this can't do nothing for me, or you are moving along and you know it, but you love the attention that this brings. I can guarantee 9 times out of 10 they like the attention that it brings.
I think that's what it be most of the time too. People just be on there. Wait, I tell people this all the time. I be like, like, for example, you know how people say shit like, but I don't want to discuss, or don't come in my comments. Well, you wouldn't post it, right? You wouldn't have posted it.
Or when people post the crying faces like, oh my God, I can't believe this,
and don't ask no questions.
You know. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I say it's all attention. You cannot, like,
y'all nosy. Y'all just always want to pray for my this, that. No.
Tell us what's going on with you.
Why we need to pray. Because like they said, we ain't finna be sending prayers up because you got gonorrhea last week or something. Right. You got burnt from somebody. We not sending them prayers up.
It's a whole, like, attention type of thing. And it's also, sometimes people do it out of habit because that's what other people doing. Like, everybody else do it, I'm gonna do it too, like, type shit. Like, some people don't do it to really be getting advice from y'all because they ain't taking the advice. Because if you notice, they be back on the post next week with the same shit. You get what I'm saying? So you really wasn't seeking our advice.
Exactly.
But real quick, I want to ask you a question. What goal did you have at 16 for a year? How old are you? You not 30 yet. So I say year 25 that you don't have now.
Probably all of them. I thought at 16, where was that? Sophomore year or something like that. Sophomore, junior
10th
year.
grade, yeah.
It was junior year for me because I graduated when I was 17. That shit's crazy.
Okay.
But by that time, I was more in touch with reality. You know, I didn't think I was gonna be a world fucking volleyball player or nothing crazy. I thought that college was gonna be easy. I thought that it was gonna be just as easy as high school. You know, just go to class and.
You don't think it was?
No.
Really?
I literally barely listed in high school and still passed. You can't do that shit in college.
You don't think?
You got to go up in that bit and focus.
Oh, really?
For the shit I was studying, at least I was studying criminal justice, so it's a lot of reading involved. Math was hard. I had a fucking African teacher I could barely understand. College was beating my ass. Okay,
Really?
Whooping it. So that was one thing I thought was gonna be easy. Cause like I said, I breezed through school. I used to help out.
So like, what's something you said like when you were younger and you was like, oh, when I turn 25, I'm gonna do this.
25? That's such an awkward. 30.
I was gonna say 30. That's what I have in my notes, but you're not 30 yet. So I'm like, or what is something? Okay, you can still say 30 though. What is something that you said at 16? By the time I make 30, I'm gonna have this, and I'm gonna do this.
My shit together. That's
what would that consider?
At that age, that you think you gonna have a man. Well, I do.
Right.
I was just gonna say, you think you're gonna have a man in a house and you know what I'm saying, a car, a good job. I mean, I'd call my job mediocre at best, but other than that, I mean, that's what I thought. I thought maybe. No, I always thought I would be living in Texas. Maybe I thought I'd be. I don't know. I can't say I was thinking about the money back then because I probably wasn't.
Right.
So, yeah, I probably just thought I was gonna have a man and a house, kids by now, you know, all that shit.
Well, I just asked that question.
American dream.
Because I feel like the things that you think that you should have by the time you're this age, when you're 16, a lot of times those things when you're finally that age, you realize how I could want those things, but I shouldn't.
Like what?
Like for instance, and this is not just me, but say for instance, like if I say when I by the time I'm 30, I'm gonna have a Lamborghini, and then you get 30. I'm just saying Lamborghini because that's the only nice car I know. But and then when you get 30, you like and you have the money to buy a Lamborghini, but it is like I could use this money to do something more.
Because
like,
you're more realistic at that age and you're paying bills. Saying? I feel like once you start paying bills, you have turned into a new person. Like. Yeah. Not just helping your mama with the bills or helping somebody with the bill. I'm talking about them bitches in your name. Because that's another thing I realized when I got older is staying with people and trying. I'm talking about some old, but trying to do that like not staying with roommating with people because I thought like coming out of college I was like, okay, so this should be the way I roommated in college should apply in life. This should be easy to find a roommate and you know people, but once you think deeper into it, you notice that one of y'all got to put y'all name on the list. I mean, both of y'all could, but it's usually just one of y'all putting it in your name. And then, because 9 times out of 10, you're going to find the place and then you're going to find the roommate. Do you really have unless you have like a best friend you moving with or somebody you moving with, then you kind of pre-plan that together. But like, for most people, they just get out there and then trying to find a roommate afterwards. That's why people be on like roommate.com or just putting up flyers for roommates and shit. But that's kind of the way I took it. I was like, all right, let me get an apartment. I'll find somebody to help me with these motherfuckers. But I can't do it myself. Like, it's 2 bedrooms, so I can always rent the other room out type shit. But if your name isn't on the list, that's what the rude awakening came in. Ain't nobody giving a fuck about that motherfucker but you.
Right.
Like, me and my cousin stayed together. She was cool. When I said, we really had every reason to need to want to break this lease. Like, these apartments were fucking janky. Like,
right.
Terrible. Terrible. Fucking, we had plumbing issues. Pipes busting in the living room. I came home from work. A pipe was busted in my closet.
Jesus.
Girl. And the renter's insurance was optional, so you know what option I took? No renter's insurance.
Of course, because nothing's going to happen.
Right.
What's going to really happen?
Like, so, we had all. I was like, "You want to break this motherfucker?" Like, cause I'm ready to go. She was like, "Hell yeah, I've been wanting to tell you that." So of course you've been wanting to tell me that because it's not gonna be on your fucking.
Well, at least she was considerate that she didn't say it because she knew that it would affect you.
I mean, but I think if I would have stuck it out any longer, she would have left me on my own.
Oh, okay.
That's what it was giving. Like I was finna leave anyway, type shit. Like,
okay.
So that's what it gave me. But I learned a lot. I guess you learn a lot once you start getting them. Once them bills in your name, it is what it is.
You learn life, I guess. Yeah. That's what, and that's part of the being an adult. And I seen a post that said we couldn't wait to be adults. Now we up here complaining about the dollar store going 25% up on the dollar
everything.
Store.
Everything is going crazy. Everything is going.
It is.
We are, and then we literally in the worst times of being adults. I think this is the worst time in the whole fucking world. I don't care about the Great Depression. None of that.
I feel like other people.
I think this is the worst time. Like this has to be.
Yeah, I think so.
Terrible. Like
because you know why it's the worst time? Because they set us up. Because they brought the pandemic and made us feel like it was going to be something else, and then it was like boom.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
About now the economy's recovering.
Yeah.
Fuck a recovery.
Yeah.
When is we gonna recover? Because we is the economy.
Right.
Like, and we the ones going through it.
Yeah.
Shit.
Are we doing a T's takeaway and Coco's concerns? Okay.
So pretty much my takeaways from today's episode was I just think I say this all the time though. God damn. Let me take something else away. But we do need to start being a little more caring about people. I think we just don't value shit. Start day to day being conscious of your mannerism, the way you respect things, people, places. Be more conscious of how you are, what you want people to be to you, and making sure you're being that to other people. Mm-hmm. I think that's the simplest way to put it.
And then my concern would be to not place value on things that don't place value on things that don't really make or break your day-to-day real life. Mm-hmm. I feel like we get a lot of stuff we see on social media is that, like, you know, we be talking about shit and I be like, is this really something to talk about? Is this something that really bothers you that much? Or does this really affect your day-to-day real life? It probably doesn't. Mm-hmm. 9 times out of 10 it doesn't. And so I would rather people stray away from things that really don't fucking matter.
Right.
You know, like that's my concern, that we spend a lot of time on bullshit that don't really matter.
And my other takeaway would just be to not expect people to, like I've been saying all episode, not expect people to be where you are. Mm-hmm. In your journey. You might have learned something about healing. You might be moving up in your maturity, mm-hmm. and them people might not be there. So just take people at face value. Right. Take what they give you, and don't stress about what they can't give you, because if they ain't giving it to you, they probably ain't got it to give. Mm-hmm. So.
Or they don't care enough to
give. On that. Or they don't care enough to give.
Exactly.
That is that on that. Another great episode. Yep. Thank y'all for tuning in to another
next time.
Couple Conversation.